watching by no network, and these girls are absolutely no one.
Alright, hello, it's episode 43, we are here, we are back. Obviously we're one short, as you can see. Fucking Monique.
God,
Always Monique.
It is not, nah, she just, we don't even really know.
You know what, she forgot a client, how dare she? Nah, she had a client tonight, so she will not be joining us, unfortunately. Yeah. But that's okay, we're here.
Yeah, we don't need her.
No, we don't.
We just need her to write up the episodes.
Yeah, that's all we need her for. She's fine. She doesn't have to be here. 2's better than none anyway, so it's okay.
2's a party.
Alright.
From Nando's is good. You only get paella, don't you?
No, I actually get more multiple choices now.
So what else do you get?
Either classic wrap, a pita, or a paella.
Okay, so you've spiced it up.
I've spiced it up. I've
changed
it. Can't miss out on Nando's night. Every Wednesday, guys. Just let you know. Alright, well, if Monique's not here, I suppose we'll get into it. Not joining us anytime soon, so we'll get right back into the weekend recap for you young people.
Don't you wish you guys could have been there?
I still wish I was there. I really do. So, Monique unfortunately again wasn't with us, but we had a weekend down south with the girls.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the girls that came with us.
Yeah.
And
thank you guys.
What did we do?
We dressed up as fairies and we kind of just got fucked up.
We got a bit litty. We got litty. But no, it was so cool. So yeah, we had a fairy weekend. So we literally, by what that means, we dressed up as fairies.
Yeah.
It's self-explanatory.
I mean,
we had the wings.
Yeah, because we got a house, an Airbnb, which had like a bit of property. There was like a pond.
It was huge.
We call it a pond because it's way better than saying a dam.
A dam is not it. It's not.
So we said pond. And then it was like massive, it was like kind of on acreage, and it was in this really beautiful estate, maybe a little bit too beautiful for us.
What we were doing. We were not retired old people, no.
Yeah, because we do apologise if any of those people are watching. It's a very open space, it's very spacious, it's gorgeous, and like we brought a big speaker and like just played D&B. At one point Emma was just playing dee, 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 dee.
Felt like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
But like, what do you expect when you're the girls away? It was just okay. So yeah, we had the wubs going pretty much all day, and it was probably from like morning to night. Like we didn't really stop. And we got a little bit of a noise complaint at what time was it?
7:44 p.m.
And
like, I'm sorry, in the thingy it said midnight music off at midnight.
Holy!
Oh, are you filming? My bad.
Holy! I actually shat bricks. I was like, who the fuck grabbed you? Alright.
Well, sorry for that, guys. Our friend Amy stopped by.
Yes.
Anyway, where were we at? Yeah.
I don't even know anymore. I'm shocked still.
The noise complaint. 7:44, and then she like calls me and she left a message, and then I had to call her back, and then I called her back. And she was like, the neighbours have been complaining because the property manager like kind of deals with it. She was like, the neighbours have been complaining to the owner, and then the owner has told me to evict you. But from what I've heard, you girls have been going like most of the day, so I doubt like any of you could drive. And I was like, yeah, no, like that's
we were lucky enough that you were able to talk to him, if anything. My God.
Yeah. I composed myself together, pulled myself together, composed, one of the words. And I spoke to her and she was like, I'm going to evict you, blah, blah, blah. I feel like they would just say that.
Yeah.
To scare you.
Yeah.
To shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Because, no.
I mean, it works because literally none of us could drive. And I was like, if they did evict us, what's the process if none of us can drive?
Yeah, I want to know what we would have done if we actually got evicted. Like, we'd pack up our bags and go camp on the beach or something. But it's
I
just
was thinking that
sleep in the cars outside the house. Like, really, you really gonna make us do that?
Like, yeah, we'd have to stay in our car, and I'd still have to be on the property because I physically can't drive. And I don't know. I just thought it was a hell stupid thing. Like, as the neighbours as well, it was 7:40. It literally wasn't even 8 o'clock yet.
Yeah, because what did they say? They got mad that the owners turned that house into like an Airbnb house because now they get people there all the time and everything.
Yeah, like partying and stuff. And you know, it literally wasn't even like a party. Like, sorry, it was kind of like a bottomless brunch.
Yeah.
And like, the music was loud, but it's music, sis. Like.
Yeah. I feel like it was loud, but it wasn't like overly loud. Like,
yeah,
it
it's not
wasn't
like any of us were screaming. We literally sat around and played a clap game and drank.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a bit ridiculous. But it all worked out in the end, and
Yeah.
nah, it was a vibe. It was a vibe.
I had a good weekend.
I had a really good weekend. It wasn't too cold. Like, it was cold, but it wasn't freezing cold.
We were definitely rugged up.
We were rugged up as hell. And the bakery was so yummy. Went into town and got coffee. No, it was just a really good vibey weekend.
It was. I'm glad we did it.
Our fairy outfits are lit. I reckon everyone probably looked at us being like, what the fuck are these bitches doing?
Yeah.
But I did get a lot of compliments from people. They're like, oh my god, you look so good. I'm like, obviously. Okay.
Obviously we look great. I mean, because we don't half-ass a theme.
We
so
don't. Either go ham or
go hard or go home.
Go hard or go
That's
home.
really
That's
just our
it.
motto.
That's really our motto.
And then Monique obviously wasn't with us, but her dad, she had to stay back in Perth because her dad is kind of famous in the South Fremantle football area. So
Marty Atkins.
Yeah, so he actually got into the Hall of Fame at South Fremantle. So massive congratulations to him. That's sick. He well deserved as well because he works there now as well. I don't know what his job title is. I'm sorry. But yeah, he works along there and he loves it. And
yeah, he's just up there. He's up there.
It's fucking sick.
So, yeah.
He does deserve it.
Congratulations, Marty, for that one. Okay, we'll just get back into the segment, shall we?
Yeah.
So our first little segment one is we thought we'd talk about inappropriate questions. So like questions you really should not say to someone at all for obvious reasons because it's inappropriate.
I think like the biggest obvious one is, are you pregnant?
Yeah.
Because like I was at work one time and this guy went up to our masseuse at the time and was like, oh my god, are you pregnant? And she wasn't.
No.
She was just living her life, having a good time. She's like, no, I don't want kids. And that's another thing.
Yeah.
Like, they might, don't ask you, like, what's...
What's another one on here? It is, why don't you have kids?
Yeah, stuff like that, anything to do with that, I just don't think you'd want to ask.
Yeah, because like, why don't you have kids? I mean, like, it couldn't be why don't you want to have kids. Some people probably can't have kids, and it's like probably a sensitive subject that you shouldn't talk about with someone unless you're like actually like a friend towards them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that you definitely should not be saying that. And then, what, are you pregnant? God, I would never. I would never
die. And I went up to him and I was like, you cannot ask someone that. He goes, like, because to be honest, when I saw her, I thought she just had a very like pregnant looking bottom half belly. Like, you know, like it just was like not what she usually looks like. And I just didn't ask because I know you just don't ask.
You just don't ask.
And you know what, she did just get married as well like 4 weeks prior. So you know, like you think. But anyway, you just never.
Yeah, no, don't ask that question.
And even like you could try bait it in a conversation maybe to get her to say something, but then no, you just never.
Yeah. And another one we've got on here is how much money do you make?
Yeah,
money is a very sensitive subject to like some people.
Yeah,
I can see that. But
I can see that.
Like around you guys, I talk about money. Like it doesn't really bother me, kind of thing. But like,
to be honest, I don't actually know how much any of us make. Well, obviously, I know how much I make.
I know how much I make, but yeah, I'm probably the same. I don't know how.
We
much
don't ask that question.
No, we really don't.
I guess it's not really. Doesn't matter to us.
Doesn't matter to, no, and if they did ask, I'd tell them. Like it doesn't bother me. But yeah, no, I guess I can see why some people are just like, why are you asking me that? What do you want to know? And so yeah, I guess I get that a lot. Like never ask someone like, oh, how much are you on? Like how much do you earn a week?
Yeah.
No.
And I think like if you're someone, if you earned a lot of, so for me, if someone asked me, I really don't care because I'm literally at the minimum wage. Like it doesn't. I have nothing to hide because I have nothing to give.
Yeah.
Like I literally have no money. So then like when literally negative 62 right now, but that's fine.
It's fine.
So maybe if I was making 180 grand a year, I wouldn't want to specify because then
what if
they take advantage of you, you know? Like they'll say, oh, I don't have money right now, can you pay for this?
Yeah.
And like I'll pay you back, and then they like, you know what I mean? Like people might just take advantage of you. So I get that.
And I get that it could be like a security thing as well. Like it's something like if someone was earning a lot and that say like if I was like an insecure person about my money and like someone who was making 180,000 a year was like, oh, how much do you make? And I'm like, oh, I make like $500 a week, I'd be too scared to say that because I'm like, okay, well, here's someone sitting in front of me that's earning so much money and I'm earning nothing. Then I feel insecure and I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm shit.
I get what you mean.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
And then like your friends could get jealous, and I don't know, it could just cause a lot of issues because money is an issue for some people.
Money makes the world go around, unfortunately. Don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Why can't we trade sheep?
Fucking sheep. Out of everything you think of sheep.
No, but that's what they used to do, hey? Like fathers used to trade sheep and daughters and stuff. Like,
sheep and daughters. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I think that was the
surely.
thing. It would have been like, yeah, I'll give you a sheep for bread or something like
yeah,
that.
like you used to trade things.
Yeah, and then your daughter comes down to it too, apparently.
Literally.
Oh, that's funny. Another one, why did you get divorced? I mean, I can't relate. I've never been asked that before in my life, but we'll see. Maybe 3 husbands later.
3 husbands later.
God, no.
I'm trying to think if I've ever...
I don't think I've ever asked that to someone.
No. I feel like I've asked someone if like, why'd you break up?
Yeah.
I don't think I've like or separated. You just don't ask. Like if they wanted to tell you, you know what I realised? I don't ask questions because I feel like if someone wanted to tell me something, they would tell me.
Yeah.
But then I find myself like someone's hell invested into my life, asking me like all these questions.
So it's only fair to like
ask
them.
back, but then I feel rude asking because I was like, if they wanted to tell me, they would tell me because that's the type of person I am.
I would ask those kinds of questions if like that conversation is kind of in that kind of area, if that makes sense, where you feel like you can ask those questions. Yeah. Like I've spoken about like even at work and stuff like that, we'd go into like detail with our lives. So if they're asking me about my lives, and like I obviously don't care because I have nothing to hide. And then I was like, okay, well if you want to, I'm gonna be so open with you, and it's like that kind of mood and that kind of conversation. I'm gonna ask you about your life.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I need to do more of that.
Yeah.
Because like I will just willingly tell everyone everything.
Same.
But then like I don't ask that person like afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not just like tell me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
but I guess
a
some
conversation.
But I do guess some people would like to be asked as well because they
I
probably feel they can't talk about it.
That is so true.
Yeah. And
like they can't bring it up.
And it's like you never know unless you ask.
Oh, so true. I just feel like I'm prying and like being invasive when I was like, you would just tell me. I don't know. But
yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
Questions for sure.
I get that. All right, what else we got on here? How many people have you slept with?
It's through the fucking roof, mate.
Through the roof. Would never ask that question if I was with someone. If it was like my mates or something, then that's a different story. But if it's someone that I'm with, I wouldn't want to know the answer. As secure as I think I am, I still don't want to know that answer.
I'm so different. I literally...
Nah.
Like, I want to know every little detail down to the sock she was wearing. You know, like, I want to know everything.
Yeah.
And then I cry about it later.
Well, yeah, so that's exactly why. So I don't cry about it later, because then all I'm just going to be sitting in a fucking bowl, working back and forth, being like, fucking cool. I hate my life.
Yeah,
cool.
I don't know. I do that actually. I ask Anton a lot of questions about, like, his past and stuff. And then it's just like, I don't even know why I do that.
I do ask questions in regard, if I know I'm okay with those questions.
Yeah.
Because, like, we do, like, talk about stuff. And then when it comes to me, unfortunately, people like to talk shit, but that's okay. So it like for me, when people ask me questions, I like people coming to me personally because a lot of shit gets twisted and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And again, I have nothing to hide, but I feel like the other, like if I'm the one asking questions, I just always make sure that I know I'm going to be okay with the answer. Like obviously because it's in the past and everything doesn't matter that happens in the past. But still, it sucks. It's not fun. Like you just said you cried about it later. Like that's not fun.
Well, I just like to. I don't know what this is. Like I don't know if it's like a disease, but like I just literally want to envision it. So then I know, like just how it went. Like I just know what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really really weird.
No, but I see that because like there's a little bit of me that like
I
want to know. But like I know it's not like I don't want to know at the same time. So you're kind of torn. So like
it's super
weird.
I'm
just like I want to know everything. Like I want to know every detail, every person. What did you do? But like at the same time, I'm like, do not do that to yourself because you will go crazy. Yeah.
It's so fucked, bro. But there's just
you're fucking torn. You're torn.
Yeah, but at least like Anton, I don't know. He tells me anyway because I want to know. And I was just like,
Yeah.
so like,
Oh my god.
what did you do?
I'm laughing but crying on the inside right now.
Oh, God.
No.
But the
can't
thing
do
is
that.
though, like if you ask those types
You
of questions,
cannot use it against them. That's
yes,
right.
That's the main thing.
Yes.
You can't use it against them and you can't get mad.
Mhm.
It's your own
It's
fucking internal
self-sabotage.
Yes.
Like, it's so bad. That's why.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm like, oh, I could use this right now, but I can't because I just did that to myself.
Yeah, like exactly
Yeah.
that. You can't use it against them because poor guys, they have no idea why we're asking these questions.
No.
If that we're having like internal fights with them,
Yeah.
they don't need to know.
They don't need to know that. They know. So yeah, do not do it to yourself, people. Don't do it. I mean, but if you do, don't become a hypocrite and don't get mad on them because that's on you.
Exactly.
It is on you. What else we got here? Don't you feel embarrassed for doing ...
Oh.
So like, anytime that someone, like say if you're a good drunk like that, don't you feel embarrassed for doing that? No, you can't. No. Why would I feel
Because
embarrassed?
otherwise I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. No shit.
No matter how drunk I am, like if I didn't want to do something, like I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna get embarrassed, like you just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because the worst part is like when you're thinking about what you did and then you get that feeling of like embarrassment and regret. Like that's the worst thing. So you just like don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I've been the same thing as well. And then it's like if you're already embarrassed, you know when you're reminded that what the embarrassing thing that you did? Because kind of just like, I'm trying to fucking forget about it. You don't need to bring it up. Like, my God.
You know those moments when you think back and it literally pains you,
Oh.
and then you can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
I
I think
hate
that
those.
happens to me like at least once a day.
Yeah.
I
The
would
only
say.
thing that helps me with that is like talking about it with you guys. Like if I'm the only person that knows this happened.
Oh, yeah.
I have to tell you this because then it's like off and out of my chest.
I do that all the time when I'm holding something in. I'm like, I need to tell somebody what I'm holding, otherwise I'm going to go crazy. And then you do it, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
thank God. It's like a weight off my chest.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. But yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. No one wants to feel embarrassed. Why can't you afford that? Okay, well, first of all,
Wow.
lower your voice.
Lower it.
Yeah.
Stop that behaviour. I can't say I've ever asked or been asked that question.
I've never. I don't think so.
Yeah. I guess it would be more if you're older or like had a family.
Yeah, I think I've asked that question before, but it was probably in regards to my friend just getting paid and then the next day she has no money. What? It was probably like, what? Like, oh, so probably not like, why can't you afford that? Like, didn't you just get paid? But then it's because it just wouldn't make any sense because like you just got paid, then the next day you got no money. Yeah, fucking you. But yeah, I don't think I'd ever ask, why can't you afford that?
Yeah, like depend, like never in that tone.
Yeah.
Like it would be like, sis, why? Like, why can you not? It would never be like, oh, why can't you afford that?
It wouldn't be
like in a held judgment.
Yeah, like a snooty kind of way, like, oh, you can't afford that.
Yeah.
Why can't you afford that?
Literally, I would never ask that question.
Sorry.
Fuck.
Sorry, I spent all my money on vapes last week, okay? I can't right now afford food. Leave me alone.
Yeah. No, I can't say. I've
Yeah.
never done that.
No. Is your child autistic, ADHD, or special needs, etc.?
Yeah, like you should never. I mean, like I know we sometimes assume that you're ADHD, like ask if you are, but I think that's just because we're friends. But like if you see like a child, like I'm talking like a little kid, like you never put those thoughts out there to even the parent or the child, because then they'll start thinking it's true,
and there's something,
and they'll look into something when there really doesn't need to, because kids like develop, like I know with my nephews, like you know when they're going through school and like what if one of them isn't progressing as fast as the other or doing something like the other, like kids will develop in their own way.
Yeah.
And then if it's an issue, if there is an issue, it'll come out later in life, or as a baby they're diagnosed with it then and then. Like I feel like you should never put that kind of stuff out onto kids. Like even say it in front of them at all.
Yeah. Even like, I mean, like if you are concerned then for yourself, but not from what anyone else has like come to you and said, then yeah, like go and see someone about it. But don't just randomly go to someone, is your child like autistic or did that child have ADHD? Because I feel like kids get that a lot with the whole ADHD thing. But what I've even had this chat with Tyson about it. And it's just like, it's not kids, they might have ADHD, they might not, but it's also like a kid being a kid.
Yeah.
Like, kids' job is to run around, go absolutely crazy, they've got carefree life, like, they're a kid, that's what they're supposed to do, they're supposed to have fun and go crazy. Yeah. And then it's like, you've got someone like, your kid has ADHD, go get them checked. It's like, no, they're being a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like not everyone has to be diagnosed, you know, like, you know, everyone is trying to put things onto, like when you Google your symptoms and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I've got this.
Yeah.
Like you manifest that. So I feel like don't put that out into the universe and don't let it, just say it out loud.
Yeah. And then it's like if like ADHD, for example, these guys all think I have ADHD. I probably do. I think I do as well. But it's just like I don't think I'll never get myself checked in regards because like I don't need anyone.
It's not affected your life.
It hasn't affected my life. I mean, there are things that I notice that I'm like, oh yeah, okay, but I would never go on medication for it. Never do that because it's just like kind of like it wouldn't become you. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. Like I have a cousin who's on ADHD or ADHD. I don't know. You know, there's like the two types. Yeah, whatever he's on, he doesn't like taking them because he just doesn't feel like himself. And I was like, see, that would fucking suck.
It sucks. It's like it's kind of like morphing your brain, or it's like blocking something. It's kind of like antidepressants. I had this conversation with one of my best friends, and it's like it's not really fixing anything. It's just masking. Oh no, you don't. No, not tonight. But yeah, it's like not really masking anything. It's like not fixing. It's just kind of masking a problem. But it's not even a problem. It's just like you mean news. It's fine. But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So yeah, leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
All right, what have we got?
What's next?
All right, last one. Are you anorexic or overweight?
Fuck that. That's a tough one. You could only ask that kind of question, I feel, if you were like friends, you know, like you wouldn't go up and ask like someone you just met. Like if I thought Emma had anorexia, I would maybe pull her aside and be like, oh, I'm concerned for you. But I wouldn't blatantly open it and ask that.
Yeah. There are just some things you just don't say. Yeah.
Yeah, and someone with anorexia or who is overweight, like they're probably trying to not think about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They've probably got a lot going on, and it's like they probably already know themselves, like what they're doing. They don't need to be reminded of like these kind of things.
Yeah, like an insecurity. Like you don't point out people's insecurities.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like another one I was thinking of today is like my cheeks can go really red. Like I get flushed or blushing, not blushing. Like I don't go like I just go red. Like, you know, sometimes when you talk to someone or like you talk in class and you go red. I do that all the time, and like some people used to go, oh my god, like why are you so red? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like don't bring it up.
Yeah.
Don't point out the elephant in the room. Thank you. Like just leave it, get over it, let's move on. Pretend it didn't happen. And like I know someone at my work, like she gets really red as well, like when she drinks and stuff, and people point it out, and I'm like, just ignore it. Like look at her, look past the redness.
Look past the redness.
Like I know it's hard sometimes, and I just feel like I get awkward, and I'm like, so annoying.
It was so funny. You cannot look past the redness, she reckons. Alright.
Did anyone write anything in?
For like the questions? I think some of them were those ones. Let's have a guess. Oh yeah. When are you getting engaged, moving out, having a baby? And it's like someone like then wrote, when I want to, cunt. Yes, those questions are probably the most irritating ones ever. When are you going to move out? When are you getting married? When are you having a baby? It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
like,
and another one to go with that, like when you're in high school, what do you want to do for work?
I think a lot of when we're older stems from like all those questions when we're younger. When are you moving out? When are you doing this? Because everyone back in the day was pregnant and married by like 21, they moved out of their house, and it's like times aren't like that anymore. No. They're really not. Like we're defending for ourselves. Like it's not like the man goes to work, the woman stays home, makes all the food and everything like that. Things have changed and times have changed. Yeah. And I think a lot of the older generation hasn't really like.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of they went straight into adulthood like literally so young, and now people will go to uni for like 6 years, and like, you know, they can't work all the time or work full time, or even if you finish school and go straight into work, like you have no idea about the world at all. Yeah. And like things are just taking longer, and people are working longer. Like women aren't getting pregnant as young anymore. Like people won't get pregnant until like they're in their 30s. Yeah. So you can't like force all of that and ask those questions when we don't even know ourselves. Yeah, we really don't. It's like they're forcing us to just skip a whole bit and just be married with kids and moved out and have your life together. But at the age of 21, like it doesn't happen like that. It really doesn't. Not anymore. And then you start freaking out that it's not happening to you in this time that you think it needs to happen. Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of people are starting to learn now as well. It's like it doesn't have to be just what this is and planned out. It can be absolutely anything you want to do. And yeah, I feel like it's so funny because I remember being in high school thinking, so what am I? I'm 23 now. I used to think I'd be married with like kids. at this age. I was like, yeah, so 22, I'll get married, and then 23, I'll start having kids, and blah, blah, blah. I look at my life now, and that is far from the bloody truth. Like, kids are nowhere in my vision right now.
No. Definitely not.
No, and it's just so funny. Like, you get to this age, and you're like, wow, I thought it would be completely
like, we're
different.
still a child ourselves.
I
still need taken care of, okay? I'm not ready to take care of another human being.
Like, I don't even do my own washing, so I can't even look after someone else right now. I've only just started cooking my own food.
I still don't cook food and I live on my own, so it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
See, we all move at our own pace. It's
Exactly.
fine.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So those questions are tough.
Yeah. What's another one we've got?
Never ask someone how old they are.
I do ask people that, but it's all, like, again, if we're having that conversation.
Yeah.
And you feel like it's right to ask that, but I would never be like, how old are you? What?
Yeah.
Why are you vaccinated before me? I don't really get that
Because
one.
the government have rules on ages.
No shit.
Like, if they're like 50 and you're 18, it's not your time yet, sis. Except now you can get vaccinated. Is it 16 to 29-year-olds? Something like that. I don't know. But us young people now can get vaccinated. Woo!
Are you going
The
to
thing is,
vaccinate?
I will, but like, I just think I'm so lazy. Like, it's like the flu injection. Like, at work we can get it for free, but then again, I just can't be fucked going to the chemist to get it done. So
Yes.
it's like, if someone could come to me, I'd get it done, but like,
Yeah.
I'm just too lazy. Like, I'm not an anti-vaxxer at all. Like, I'm for all that. I'm just lazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about me. I'm just...
Your decision. It's
Yeah.
like not compulsory, so...
Yeah.
And like, even Mark McGowan said today, if 80% of the population has it done, he's still not going to stop doing lockdowns and border control closures and all that. So I really don't see the fucking point.
That makes me happy, doesn't it?
But anyway, everyone do what you want to do. It's your body.
Yeah.
And
You do whatever you want to do to it.
you can only make the best decision for yourself.
Exactly. So, yeah. Alright, segment 2. It kind of goes along with the first kind of segment, like inappropriate questions. So this one is, when should you call out your family and friends for saying naughty things, just inappropriate things?
Yeah.
So, for example, I feel like sometimes there are situations where it just isn't worth it, but sometimes people do something and it's just so uncalled for, you need to say something. Think about how you're going to call them out, because in some situations you don't know how they might react, and it might not be something they should be addressed publicly, but other times calling them out right then and there in front of other people might be a good thing.
Yeah.
So, one of them, for example, is, when are they making you feel bad about your opinion?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think it's hard. It's hard. Definitely hard with family members. I feel. Or even your friends. No, actually, I take that back. I reckon it'd be harder with, like, say, your partner's family. Like, that would be hard. Like, say if you were having an issue with them, or like vice versa, and you need to be like, oh my god, hi, like, that's not right.
Yeah.
That would be hard.
Yeah.
And your own family, I feel like could be alright. Depends on your relationship.
Yeah, your own family, I reckon you'd be able to arc up to them, like,
Yeah.
no matter what.
I mean, they have to love you, so.
Yeah, like your partner's family might be a bit different, because you want to come across respectful and not like you're having a go at them. But that's a very fine line, in a way. Yeah. So that's something you probably want to like address in like private or something, and not in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But when they're making you feel bad about your opinion, or it's just gonna be like, hey,
This is my opinion.
yeah, this is literally right. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, which is something that people have to realise and learn for themselves.
Yeah, I just don't get how that's even a thing. Like,
Yeah.
how can you get mad at someone for their opinion?
Yeah. Makes
I don't
no
know.
sense.
Different people, hey.
Different
Like, my brain
people.
just doesn't, like,
Yeah.
click that way.
Yeah. If they are being extremely rude or nasty or disrespectful.
See, that's the hard one.
Mm.
Like, how do you, like, what would you do if Tyson's mum was being disrespectful to Tyson? Like, what would you do?
I don't
Like, can
know.
you do anything?
I don't know, because it's kind of like, that's her son.
But that's your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, that is your man.
Yeah. I'd probably maybe like speak to him about it before her. Like, if I witness something, I'd probably pull him aside and be like, hey,
Yeah.
like what your mum said in there, like, was not okay to you. Like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Did you talk about anything?
Yeah.
But I probably wouldn't address her. I
Then and there, I don't think you could.
Not
if
then
she
and
did
there.
it again, you'd probably have to be like,
Yeah.
hi, please don't talk about my boyfriend like that in front of me.
Like if that was Anton's mum, would you?
Yeah, fuck that. It's so hard. Like, I think I would just say if she did it again, I'd just go up to her.
Because family is a hard thing, especially when they're like a close-knit family.
I think, say if she did it, and then I would tell Anton, and then I would just go back to her, and say if she was talking bad about Anton to me, I would just be like, oh, can you please not talk about my boyfriend like that?
Yeah, I'd be like, if it was, if she was talking to me about Tyson, then it'd be a whole different story, like, badly, which would never happen. But yeah, I'd just be like, I'm not comfortable with this conversation, because obviously then that puts you in a bad, like, kind of puts you in the middle.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be in the middle.
No.
You're like a triangle, and that doesn't work out ever.
Not at all. That's like a tough thing.
Yeah.
I've actually had a situation in high school where, like, one of my friends at the time, I'm not friends with her now, she was super, super rude to her parents, and like in my household, it's just like the way she spoke to her parents, I would never even dream of. It's not a language or a thing that crosses in my brain. Like I didn't realize people spoke to their parents like that.
Yeah.
She was super, super rude. She would like swear at them and yell at them. And I would get like really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't know what to do. And then like I went into her room time and I literally just snapped at her. I was like, stop speaking to your mum like that. She's like, oh no, it's fine. And I was like, no, it's not. I was like, that's your mum. I like fully snapped because I got so uncomfortable. And then I was like telling my mum, and then she's like, yeah, you did the right thing. And I was like, yeah, but now it's just awkward. Like
she hates you.
I'm literally like 13 and I'm telling someone like, don't speak to your mum like that.
Yeah.
Like I look like a little bitch, but I was super uncomfortable.
But
like,
I reckon that's a good thing as well. Like, there's a way to speak to your parents, and like that is just like not it.
yeah, like it was just so, I just literally had never been exposed to that. I'm literally such a sheltered child.
Yeah.
And like I was just so shocked. I was like, oh my god. Like she would scream and like tell her mum like shut up and fuck off. And I was like, I can't even say shut up or fart in my house.
Yeah. Oh god. No, but literally though.
No, like I literally couldn't.
That's so funny. Ah, it's okay. It's okay. We're not like that now. If they are gaslighting you.
Yeah. Like the family member or the friend?
When you should call out friends, family, and partners. So like when they're gaslighting you.
Partners for sure. Like I think gaslighting is like a new term, isn't it? Because I've only just learned what it is.
I used to get gaslighted all the time. In one of my old relationships.
Yeah, I think you need to learn what it is and definitely stop it when it starts.
Yeah.
Because it'll just get literally, like, it'll destroy you mentally.
And because it's, what is it? It's literally when, like, the person is making you feel bad.
For something they've done.
Like,
they're turning it around and making it your fault.
And it's kind of like, whoa, no, this is on you, buddy, not me. So, like, yeah, I'd freaking call it out right there and then. Yeah,
and you need to have, like, a strong brain, because I know, like, I'm really bad, like, I'll forget, and I'm like, oh, maybe I did do that. Like, I don't know, like, I'm just so, like, something will happen in my brain and then it's out the next. So, like, you just really need to, like, remember and recall what happened, or think about it later, and talk to them about it another day, and be like, look, this wasn't right, and we need to
talk about that and work through it.
Yeah, don't let it slip. I think if you can catch it early, then it'll stop. Yeah. Where if you've let it go, it's a lot harder to come back from it. Yeah. Like, to start pulling them up on it.
Yeah, because once it starts and you keep letting it happen, then when you do start to pull it up, then it's going to turn around and be like, no,
yeah. They'll confuse you more. Like, if you've already been brainwashed, then they'll be able to turn it around again.
Yeah. If they are cheating.
Oh, well, you bring that up. Easy. But, like, what if, like Tyson's mum was cheating? Do you know what I mean? Like, what if you found all that out? Like, do you tell him?
It's so hard, yeah. Fuck. It's so hard.
You wouldn't want to know, you just want to forget.
Because it's like, there's a part of you, like, if you find out that, like, one of your friends, family members, or partner, no, obviously not your partner, because obviously you'd break up with them, but, like, if, like, your friends or your family, one of your members were, like, sleeping around or, like, cheating on their partner, and it's like you knew about it, but then, like, you also don't want to be involved in it, and it's like, fuck.
God, like, knowing that goss would be so good, but so hard.
I know. Like, if I found out that one of our boyfriends were not being good boys, then, like, would you want to be told? Like, right there and then?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
That's different. I feel like we're different. So what if you found out my sister was cheating?
well, I wouldn't fucking go and tell. I couldn't because I'm not like there, you know.
Like, would you tell me?
Oh,
Like, if my sister was cheating
yeah,
on her husband.
I would. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's your sister, and you have like a right to know.
And then like, fuck, what do I do?
Yeah, but then that's you. That's you. You're in that position now, so it's like, what do you do?
Fuck.
It's so hard.
I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You have children.
Yeah.
You're ruining their life. I give you one chance
Yeah.
to stop it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
And
you
there
need
has to
to
be
sort
like a reason. Like if you're cheating, then it's like, well, if you're unhappy, then leave the relationship.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be with someone if you're doing that kind of stuff.
like,
anyway.
if it was just a one night slip up, we can move past this.
Yeah.
But if you're like in a fully separate relationship, then
Yeah.
we need to sort it out because there's children.
Yeah. What if
Yeah.
it was like one of us, say if one of us was cheating on their partners, like what would you do?
I think I'd do the same thing.
Yeah.
Give you one chance, otherwise you need to leave. Because
Yeah.
you both clearly will be unhappy.
Yeah.
I think I'd do the same.
For real.
I mean, depends. No, I'm kidding. Depends like who you're cheating on with. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. The boys are safe.
It's all fine.
We'll
It's
sort
all
of
fine
out.
here. Nothing but love for everyone. Oh fuck. Not
I want to
really.
be like a spectator, like watching this all like unfold.
Yeah, I feel like us girls are good like that. We kind of just watch everything unfold from a distance.
Oh, for sure.
It's so good when that happens. Like, and you just sit there and you're like, nah.
It's because like, and
See
it's
what's
like
coming.
the people that it's happening to can always come talk to us because we literally just tell each other and we just talk about it.
Yeah.
Like we would never,
Go out of our circle
No.
and talk about
Never.
stuff. Never.
and like we just also want to watch it unfold, so we're not gonna say shit.
Yeah. We're kind of evil like that. No, we're not. We're not that bad. We're good. We're good people.
We're
Trust.
fine.
We are. We're fine.
Alright.
When they are being racist or homophobic, especially when they think it's funny, or if they don't realise it is racist or homophobic.
Yeah, for sure. I think definitely considering now the times that we're in, like it's good to, it's not a bad thing to pull up someone doing that because then that person learns.
Yeah.
Because I feel like things that we used to say back in high school or like even younger or just the way we were brought up, you might not actually know that's wrong.
Yeah.
And so it's just good to like be like, oh hey, actually you're not allowed to say that anymore.
Yeah.
I do that all the time at work
Yeah.
to my boss. Like he sometimes says retarded, and I say you're not allowed to say that anymore. Like it's offensive to a lot of people, and like because he's so like what's the word, like traditional, like old school kind of like guy, you know,
Yeah.
just those parents, and like I always have to tell him, oh, like this is like, you can't do this, you can't do that,
Yeah.
and like you need to use the right terms for this and that.
I do that with my dad as well because
Yeah.
he's the same as yours. Like I just
Yeah.
gotta be like, can't really say that right now, Dad. Like not here.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. And he was like, oh yeah, I know. Like whatever. Like you just go like, that's a reminder. You can't say that. Not
Yeah.
around here.
Like it doesn't have to be confronting.
Yeah. No. It's like not today.
Yeah.
Just that's all it has to be.
Especially like the older generation, if they don't have social media, then they're literally not gonna know. Because I feel like that's how you find out like what's the right thing to say, what you can't say, and like pronouns and all,
Yeah.
all that kind of jazz.
Yeah. What else have we got now? We've got when they change in front of people for the worst, or if they become rude or take part in things they usually wouldn't do.
Oh, the second part, not really. Like maybe she just felt like doing it.
I would just ask them about it. Like change in front of people, like that's so annoying when that happens. Haven't had that happen in a really long time though. Like
Oh
years.
yeah, like if you're around a friend, like if
that friend family member or partner changes in front of people when you're around, like
Yeah.
people when you're around, you're kind of like, well, that's not you. Like, what's going on here?
yeah, I definitely think in a relationship that's a massive red flag.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Like
Yeah.
if they change around people and they're treating you like shit, then it's kind of like, fuck you.
Yeah. Or treating you nicer, or just being hell weird.
Yeah, and it's like, this is so out of character, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I would speak to them, like, if it was your partner, I'll speak to him about it when, like, you get home kind of thing, or, like, pull them aside and be like, well, you're being very rude right now, like, what's going on
Yeah.
here? I was like, I've never seen you do that before, like, what's the difference now? Like,
Yeah.
like, just be the same person in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's not like something we don't really struggle
Yeah.
with or dealt with. But like say if like your family member was acting different in front of like another, like say if an auntie comes over and your mum just like starts being weird, I'd be like, you okay, mum? Like what's got you so like piped up about my auntie coming over or something? Like, is there an issue, or do you feel, what's the word, intimidated or something?
Well, I can kind of see it in like you know when people would talk shit about someone, but then they go hang out with that person.
Yes.
It's kind of like, what are you doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Hate
Yeah.
that. Are we thinking of the same person?
I'm thinking of a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a lot of people in my, even like my own family. It's like, they're like one of my family members would like bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch, but then would like roll over for my other family member. I don't want to say who, just in case they listen. Yeah, and then they'd roll over, and I was like, I literally just told you to like stop rolling over for this person. Like they're treating you like shit, you're feeling like shit, you're crying, and like I'm sitting here being like, what are you doing? Then on the weekend you're back at their house. It's like,
fucking hate that.
I hate
don't
that.
complain to me.
Don't complain. Don't like literally don't. That fucking grinds my gears.
Yeah.
It grinds. That's my pet peeve. That's a pet peeve.
Yeah. That is, don't complain about something and then not put in the effort to fix it. It's like, for example, if someone is sick, or if they say like, you know, I know my mum does this a lot, I tell her all the time, she's sick. She goes, oh, I feel sick, blah, 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 this. I'm like, okay, well, go to the doctors. Oh, no, it's fine. Well, then don't complain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you're not going to fix it, then let's just not talk about it.
Yeah.
I tell her all the time. I'm like, oh, Mum, go to the doctor. Oh, I'll be fine.
No, I do that as well. It's like, you don't fucking complain then.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that is, when they talk shit, and I'm like, we just spent hours working through this, and you're back there.
Talking to a brick wall, man. You're just going in a circle.
And it's like depleting for the person trying to help, because then, I know we get really like invested because we really want to help someone.
Yeah.
We're like, no, it's fine, like you're so much better without them, you know, we hype them up, and then they just throw it in our face.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, well, why am I here? What am I doing?
Why the fuck am I here?
Yeah, that's pet
I feel that.
Yep. If they are being physically and mentally abusive.
I mean, it's going to be a bit hard though, but if you're in that situation, not a lot of people can speak up.
That is true.
A lot of people might not even know.
Yeah. Like the abusive pit, they can like make you feel so bad about yourself that you do start to think it's you that's the issue. And gaslighting as well is probably involved in that. So I don't really know how you pull yourself out of that. If you I don't know, I guess you have to realise and like wake up yourself and be like, hang on a second, nah, this isn't right, and you stand your ground. Yeah. But
what would you do though, like if Anton was being physically abusive to me?
I'd bash the fuck out of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, obviously you're pulling him up on it.
Yes.
Or like mentally.
I'd still do the same.
Yeah, you're pulling them up.
I'd speak to you about it, and then I would, if it continued, then I'd go straight to Anton, and I wouldn't care if I turned into the shit kind of the situation. Well, no, you're hurting my friend. Yeah. I'm not letting this happen.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's.
I feel like there are times, if that was physical and abusive, then I reckon that's okay for someone else to step in.
Yeah, for sure.
Because obviously there are times where you like, you know your place, and like, especially with like girlfriends and boyfriends, like you don't want to cross that barrier of like if you and Anton were fighting, we're not going to be like, fuck Anton, the shit can't rah, and then like you go tell Anton, then Anton hates all of us. So it's like you got to like know your place kind of thing. It's like we'd never be like that anyway. No. But if it was something like cross the line and would turn into abusive and physically, then we'll be like, all of us are there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like get hurt, like the friend out.
We'll put you in a cage.
And then like fuck him up later.
Yeah.
But I think that's true. You'd have to. I definitely think it was physical. You get in there straight away. Yeah. Mental would take a longer time, I reckon, because you got to break down that kind of brainwashed wall to like be like, no, this isn't healthy. We're gonna remove you. Yeah. Fuck, it's hard when it's mental because like. Yeah. That person might think they're totally fine. Yeah,
and that person still wants it. That's a hard one because you won't be able to rip them away from that person.
You're just gonna have to do it the way I feel. Or like, you'd have to do it yourself. You don't want to get parents involved.
Nah. That's why I'd always go with the friends. Yeah. Always go with the friends. Alright. Pregnant friends doing things that you think they shouldn't and not feeling like you can comment.
That's fucking tough. And that'd be super uncomfortable. Yeah. To witness.
Yeah. I feel like in that situation, I'd pull my friend aside and just be like, hey, I'm seeing you. Like, say if the person was pregnant and they were like drinking and just doing things that were just unhealthy for someone that's carrying a human child inside of them, I'd probably pull them aside and sit down and be like, hey, this isn't right. Obviously you're carrying, like, you do the dot points and all that kind of stuff and explain to them that this is wrong and you probably think it's best that you shouldn't be doing this. But if they choose to, and it's making you feel uncomfortable and they choose to like ignore everything you're speaking to them about, then you remove yourself from that situation because obviously you've done your part, you've spoke about your concerns and they've chosen not to take that. So then like you remove yourself because that's just going to make you feel uncomfortable every time you see them.
Yeah.
And it's like, ugh.
I don't know, it literally agree with everything you said. It'd be so, like my sister is pregnant right now.
Like imagine if she was doing something that was unwell.
I think because she's my sister, I'd just like chain her to a bed.
Yeah.
And just like...
Yeah, until that
like
baby's
say if
done.
she was drinking or smoking, I'd just like chain her up and be like, sorry, you're staying here for 9 months.
Yeah, it's like what are you doing?
But a friend, I do exactly what you said. And then, I don't know, depends how close, like if you know who their doctor is, I would actually maybe call the doctor practice and be like, hi, my friend such and such, I have concerns for her, she's doing this and that, can you please speak to her or like watch her or something, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Or otherwise suggest other options or routes, you know, they can go down.
Especially if they're choosing to keep the baby, like, I'm for pro-choice? Yeah, I'm pro-choice. And if they're choosing to keep the baby, then yeah, I would go to those next steps as well. If they're going to get an abortion, then okay, like you do you. But like, it's just like even if you don't want it and you're still like, don't do anything though.
Yeah, like if they're trying to self-sabotage in a way, like subconsciously, you know, they don't want it and they're just trying to take the easier, like the quickest way out. You need to just explain to them that that option is available for them and that it's not scary, it's not like it's a choice and it's an okay choice to have.
Yeah.
Like everyone should be able to make that. You know, you want to bring a child into a loved, healthy world. Yeah, fuck. That I just wouldn't even want to be in that situation. Like you'd be so infuriated.
So infuriated. And you feel so uncomfortable and awkward. It's just not, no.
Oh god.
No.
Fuck, good luck in that one. Whoever wrote that in.
But yeah, if you do go to your friend or anyone, just know that's coming from a place of love and not like judgment, because that's what the last thing they want right now is to be judged.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I agree.
Okay, last one for this one. Correcting them, but I think we feel like we've already covered this as well. Correcting them if they say something that is offensive to like the N-word or if they're white. So it's like, I feel like that kind of goes in like when you should call like your friends for being like racist or homophobic and that kind of stuff. So we pretty much covered that one as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Are we done with that one?
Yeah, I think so.
Alrighty, bro. So the segment 3, our last one is help a girl out.
Yes.
And we have got a story.
I think we have 2.
We have 2.
We've got...
Oh yeah, how to make sure your boyfriend's friend group likes you so you're not the one. We'll start with this one first, hey?
Yeah.
So the first one is how to make sure your boyfriend's friend group likes you so you're not the boring girlfriend.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking to the right gals. No.
We're fucking awesome. We're awesome.
No, I think most of our partners' friends like us, so...
I'd like to hope so.
Well, fuck, if you're listening and you don't tell me you don't. I think you do. No, I think, first off, like, you want to show them, like, you love their friend. Because if you think about it, roles reversed, like, if a guy say, like, Anton came in and he was being, like, so not lovey and, like, cold-hearted and, like, really mean to me, my friends are going to be like, he's not good for you. Like, boys kind of want that for their friend too. Yeah. Like, you need to show that you love them and you care for them. Yeah. Don't talk shit about them to their friends.
Yeah.
For
like,
one.
Don't embarrass them, tell his friends, like, everything your boyfriend has told you in, privacy. Yeah. And, yeah, I'd say that, like, say if you go to, like, a prees and it's, like, you're the only girl that's going to be there, you probably, like, want to walk in and show that you're welcoming, does that make sense? And you have, like, a nice presence towards you. Yeah. It's like, you walk in, you introduce yourself, you say hi. Always introduce yourself. Don't just walk in and, like, sit down and say nothing. Like, walk in and introduce yourself, and, yeah, I do that. And then, yeah, with your boyfriend, like, if you want to, like, his attention and stuff, you don't have to be, like, all over him all the time, but, you know, like, give him a kiss on the cheek, hold his hand, like, actually have a conversation with him as well, like, don't ignore him either. Yeah. And, yeah, never talk shit about him, because, yeah, that's just showing your character, if anything, and they aren't going to like that.
No.
Yeah.
And, like, don't hang off him too much, like, let him do his thing, and you need to, like, try find someone you know and have a conversation with them, or, like, talk to someone else, or like, I don't know, go watch beer pong if it's being played, or, you know, like,
Yeah.
try and let him have time with his friends, because then you're not like clingy.
Yeah.
And like, if he wants to go out with the boys, let him go out with the boys.
Yep,
I think we've spoken about this in
we have,
in depth as well.
We have. Like, you don't want to be a controlling girlfriend.
No.
Because it's like that. No.
It's so funny. Like, for example, the night of Monique's sister's birthday, Anton and his friends came up to me and they were like, "Can Anton please come out tonight?" And I was like, "Why are you even asking me? I'm offended that you're asking." I was like, "Of course he can."
Yeah.
I was like, "What?"
Yeah. Well, yeah, they'd be like if Tyson was like, "Oh, like, this week I haven't gone out with the boys," and I'm like, yeah, "Of course it's fine.
Don't
like,
ask me."
It's okay. Like, you have your life too. Like, we have our lives, but then we also have our own lives at the same time as well. It's like, come to the girls. It's like, I don't expect you to turn around and be like, "No, you have to spend time with me," like, rah, rah. It's like, oh, no. Like, then that's just how fights happen, and it's like, it's just not, like, I feel like when you're in a relationship as well, you need to make sure that you guys both have friends.
Yeah.
And, like, if one of you doesn't, then that's when the controlling happens, like, the clinginess happens, and all that kind of stuff does, and you just don't want to do that. But, you just want to come across, like, cool, calm, and collective.
Yes.
You can be a psycho bitch
and like
all
a
you want,
fun
but
time.
Yeah.
So don't get too, I mean, you know, if you're going to get wasted, sure, go ahead.
It's fine.
But like, try not to like ruin their night.
Yeah.
Like, if you know you're wasted, take yourself home.
Yeah. And
if you can.
Yeah, get drunk, but like, be a fun drunk. Don't be like,
yeah.
"Oh my god, I'm crying in the corner, my life problems." And I was just like, no.
Yeah, just keep it kind of like basic at the start, like small talk conversations, don't go too into depth, and like keep it lighthearted. And then once you know, get into it, maybe you can start telling them about Carol at work who's a bitch.
Yeah. Alright, we're going to do the last one.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's one. Okay. "Hey chickies, I don't know if it really fits in any of your segments, but it could be a really interesting topic to chat about because it's all too common. But when I was 14, one of my brother's friends, who was 17 at the time, and I dated in secret for months on end until a family friend found out I was in year 8 and he was in year 11. How bad does that sound? He encouraged me to take drugs with him and drink almost every weekend. So I smoked weed, took pills, drank often, and lost my virginity all when I was 14. It's so embarrassing and icky whenever I think about it now because what the fuck? He's now 21 and has a baby on the way. Like, how crazy. Like, I was dating literally a child groomer only 5 years ago, and now he's about to be a dad. P.S. Thankfully we broke up and I realised how messed up the whole thing was and got myself sorted out. And I'm definitely not that naive little girl anymore, but I'm certainly ashamed of that period in my life, and I hope he is too."
Yeah, wow.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I reckon that's going to be pretty common amongst a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know, like, definitely from when I was in high school, that would be pretty common, and like, you wouldn't even pick it up at the time that how bad it was.
Yeah. If it was like now.
Yeah.
Oh shit. If it was like now, I'd kind of find it pretty weird because, like, thinking back, like, I know she said groomer in there, and it's like it's so hard. Like, it is so hard because you don't want to label anyone like that until you know like what his intentions actually were and everything. Because I knew someone when I was in year 8 and she was year 8 and she was dating in year 12, and I kind of found that weird. Because I know, like, from a young girl's mindset, like, you're thinking, "Oh my god, this boy likes me, he's older, and blah, blah, blah." So it's kind of like you're in that little, like, and you think it's love, but it's not love, and I can kind of see how weird that is. Like, do you know what I mean?
No, I do. Like, I'm just trying to think back, like, when I was in year 12, and sorry, your friend was year 8.
Yeah, and the guy was in year 12.
I'm thinking of girls, like, people when I was in year 8. I don't know. It's hard. Was your friend hot? Like, was she?
Yeah, at that time she was.
Yeah, it's hard. I just wouldn't look at someone that young, you know? Like, it's just not something
neither.
I would look at.
Neither. That I would look at either. So I guess for, like, any young girls out there that has, like, an older guy talking to them, or they're with an older guy, I would just be very careful. Or vice versa as well, if it's a boy and there's, like, an older woman as well. It's kind of like you just want to be careful and you want to know what their intentions actually are. Because it could be for anything. Like, this girl was saying that he was like
doing drugs,
drinking, like, he was
with her
encouraging her to do drugs and all that kind of stuff. If you're uncomfortable with that, then obviously that's something. Like, if you just feel like a sinking feeling and it's like this isn't right, then like it's not right.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it, no matter what age. Like, if someone is encouraging you or pressuring you to do it, say no. Like, it's not hard.
Yeah.
I say it's not hard because that was literally me all through high school.
Yeah.
But, like, because I was always that girl that just, like, it was like, no, like, I don't want to. And I drank when I was ready.
Yeah.
You know? But, like, I feel like at that age, you don't think anything's wrong.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you think back from when we were 14 or whatever, a lot of people were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So it was like normal to be doing drugs and drinking and partying.
But like even I'm thinking about like even when I was at parties and stuff, and there'd be like all the older guys there, and kind of how like it's, oh my god, it's so weird to think now of how much like the older guys would kind of like prey on like the younger girls.
You're not wrong.
Okay, I'm kind of getting a bit freaked out now.
It's a bit creepy.
Because I remember my feelings, even though when I was in like year 10, we had like the year 12 boys, and we called them literally the year 12 boys. And like there was 2 years difference, which is like nothing at all. But I remember being that girl and just thinking that even though I came across like cool and like whatever, it's like when you got their attention, you're kind of just like, oh my god, like whatever. And I reckon all the girls in my year could agree to that as well. Like you can't, there's not one girl I know that was in my year that wasn't like over the year 12 boys, and that feeling you have.
As
So
you would though.
yeah, as you would. So I guess when like you're even younger and there's even more of an age gap, I can kind of see how excited you would be to get that guy's attention or girl's attention.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean it's right at all. I'm just thinking about it all, and it's so creepy.
Same. I'm literally thinking of this one party that we went to, and I'm like, when you walk, it's like you walked in this like narrow little back of the house, and it was just like all boys, and you had to like walk through them. It was the most intimidating thing of my life. Yeah, that's fucking weird. And they just like stare at you like you. Now that I'm thinking about it, they
it's kind of like they're looking at you like prey.
Yes. It's so like, how did we not pick up on that?
God.
It was so awkward. Now that I think about that, fuck.
And I know it's like 14 and 17. Oh, like they're just like you're both teenagers, so it's fine. It's not okay. Like even at 14, like you're going through puberty. Like, are you even like a fully grown like?
Yeah. Do you have stuff going on?
Yeah. Like, are you like an adult yet? Like, can you even classify yourself as a teenager yet? Like.
Yeah.
It's.
I just think if you're in that situation, you say if you do date an older guy, like cool, like 14 and 17, in the real world, what's that? 14, 16, 17. 3 years difference. That's not like that big when you're 21 and you're dating like a 24-year-old. That's not that bad. But if you're younger, you just need to learn to say no when you don't want to do things, and don't let him gaslight you or like get mad at you. Like you need to stand your ground. Yeah. So any young girls listening need to learn that. Like it's okay to say no. You don't need an explanation. You can literally just say no.
Just say no.
I think the saying is no is a full sentence.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah.
Or break up with him since you're 14. So much can happen. So many fish.
Yeah, and because if you don't start that now when you're young, then that's going to affect you in the long run. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's a bit heavy. That's fucked.
That was crazy.
You literally just made us rethink our whole high school.
Yeah, that's actually insane. We have okay.
Yeah, I think we got a brain choker. Monique wrote us one.
Yes, we did. Thanks, Monique. Okay. Oh. I didn't know this at all. Brain choker. Did you know 90% of what you put on your lips sinks into your body?
That's crazy.
That's weird.
But I did say that on the weekend. The mouth is the fastest absorbent place.
Yeah.
I told you.
It's also the fastest healing.
Yep. Well, I don't know.
How's your mouth going, love? Oh.
Yeah. But that is crazy. But I guess it's like when you put lip balm on, it's like instant relief.
Yeah.
Which I need to right now, but it is instant relief.
That's cool.
And that's why I think diabetics is the you know the people that need the insulin shot?
Yeah.
They put if they're having an attack, I really don't know what you call them, I'm so sorry. But like when something's going on, when they're low blood sugar, they put lolly under their tongue because it absorbs the fastest.
Ah. Yep. That's cool. That actually is cool. That makes so much sense now.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what I mean on the weekend. 5 minutes.
No, 5 minutes, man. It's all it took. All it freaking took. Literally 5 minutes.
Literally. Anyway, thanks for watching, listening, subscribing, following, all of that. Hopefully next week Monique will be with us.
Three Amigos will be back, don't you worry.
We will be back better than ever. Please don't forget to leave a review. Follow us on TikTok, and we'll see you next week.